Stink and the Freaky Frog Freakout. Remember, we've been talking about realistic fiction stories. So this is also realistic fiction. That's a story about characters or events that could really happen in real life, but somebody just made the story up. Judy Moody's younger brother, Stink, has been finding frogs all over the place. At the pool, in his boot, even in the bathtub. When Stink and his friends visit a nature center to learn about frogs, they find out about the first annual Frog Neck Lake Frog Count. Before he can participate in the late night adventure, though, Stink has to study different frogs and sounds and the sounds they make and pass a quiz. Remember, annual means one time a year, so you can go ahead and write that down. Preep, preep, crack, crack, squawk. Stink listens to frog calls on the computer. He listens to frog sounds that he taped with his own tape recorder by sticking it out the window at night. Stink listens to frog calls on the way to school Monday morning and in the car on the way to swim lessons. Preep, squawk, squeak. At swim practice, he tried out some on his friends. "You sound like a duck," said Webster. "You sound like a squeak toy," said Sophie. "You sound like a sick banjo," said Riley. "Thanks," said Stink. "See, spring peepers sound like squeak toys, and wood frogs sound like ducks quacking." "You're quacked," said Webster. Sophie and Riley cracked up. "You guys sound like southern leopard frogs." "A leopard frog sounds like a person laughing." "No lie." "Yeah, but nothing sounds like a sick banjo," said Riley. "Nothing except for the northern green frog. It sounds like a loose banjo string, like a rubber band twang." "You sure are freaky for frogs," said Riley. "Thanks," said Stink. "You should marry a frog. You like them so much." "Hardy har har," said Stink. So the reason why I circled hardy har har, preep, squeak, squawk, and put an O next to them is because those things are called onomatopoeias. Those are another type of figurative language called onomatopoeias, and those are sound words. Words that are spelled out the way they say to make sounds. Stink could not wait till swimming was over. He had a great idea for how to learn frog sounds. He would need a comb, a balloon, 2 rocks, a can of spray paint, and a rubber band. A rubber duck, some jingle bells, and that's all. Stink blew up the balloon and rubbed it with his hand. He clicked rocks together. He twanged a rubber band. Judy poked her head into Stink's room. Mouse, the family cat, squeezed past her. "Stink, I'm trying to study my times tables and I can't hear myself." She stopped when she saw the pile of junk on Stink's floor. "What? I'm using this stuff to make frog sounds here. I'll show you." Stink rubbed his fingers along the teeth of a comb. "This sounds like a chorus of frogs." Stink shook the can of spray paint. "And this sounds like a northern cricket frog." Mouse darted under the bed. "And this, sounds like Mom when she sees the mess in your room," said Judy. "Hardy har har," chuckled Stink. "You're croaking me up." Do you remember what we said an idiom was, where they say something, they mean something else? Well, he's not really croaking. That's what frogs do, but more like he's cracking him up, making him laugh. "Can you please shut your door so I don't have to hear Froggle Rock all day?" Stink squeaked his rubber duck down the stairs. He snorted up a storm while he made a snack. He shook the can of paint, clicked the stones, and jingled the bells. "Wood frog, pickerel frog, cricket frog," he recited. Remember, recited means to do it again. So if you want to go ahead and write that down, re equals do again. That's a prefix there. So we have repeat, recite. And then I boxed in, he snored up a storm. Okay, it's an idiom. He really can't create a storm with his snoring, but it's loud like a storm. "Stink, keep it down, please," said Dad, poking his head around the corner. "I'm on the phone." "No spray painting in the house," said Mom. "Take that outside." "I'm not painting," said Stink. "Doesn't anybody around here know a northern cricket frog when they hear one?" Mom clinked her forehead. "It's homework," said Stink. "I have to take a test." "A frog test?" said Judy, coming into the kitchen. "I have to learn frog calls," said Stink, "for the first annual Frog Neck Lake Frog count on Friday. Right, said Mom. Remember, annual meant once a year. It's a real thing. The test is on the computer, Stink told her. You click on a frog and it makes a sound. Then you guess which frog is making that sound. Multiple choice, said Judy. Easy peasy, she teased. I have a multiple choice for you, said Mom. You can go back upstairs and A, finish your homework, B, finish your homework, C, finish your homework, or D, all of the above. So at this point, you're going to finish reading Stink until you get all the way to the end, it's not too much longer, of page 72. At the end of page 72, you're going to answer these 3 collaborative discussion questions. I even have this here to help you out. I gave you a sentence starter. He is interested because, and right here you can list 3 onomatopoeias. We kind of found some of those. Those are those sound words, boom, bang, crash. And then you can answer, what does the way Judy helps Stink with his homework tell you about Judy's personality?